Jump right
Okay.
into this.
Thanks, Form. Okay, welcome to Aftermath, episode 34, part 1. And you can be proud of me because I finally uploaded these things. Yeah.
I'm not proud of you until it's done.
Give it a week. So, we normally get Vom to do the recap. So I think, just going by the Discord, Mac, why don't you do a recap this week?
What we did last week, right?
Yeah.
Why am I drawing a complete utter blank right this moment? I'm really drawing a complete utter blank right now. I am terribly sorry, but my brain has just decided to go no on me.
We left the thingamajiggy. The Milakadi? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we went
Yeah.
and left Milikari, went to the other place. I'm sorry, my brain is just drawing a complete and utter blank.
Hey, so we left Milikadi. We were like, oh, we're gonna go find the smart people because Library Smart Lady was apparently not as
Now
smart
I
as she thought she
remember.
was. Okay.
Yes, okay.
Take it from here then, I guess. Enjoy yourself.
Sure, yeah. So after talking to the people in Milicardi and the librarians and the other individuals there that we thought were smarty pants enough to the point of which they could maybe have the goddess of knowledge, they told us no, and we were like, what? And they were like, no, that person ain't here. That person's probably over there. And we were like, oh, okay, well we'll go over there then. And that over there was the other train that was wrecked in Avriel. Was that the right name? Is that the right name? I think that's the right name.
No.
Is it? No.
We're literally there on the map.
Oh, I'm still loading everything up. Stupid computer.
It's the one by Yosa.
Oh, Yos. I never said I was a smart person. But after getting there, we found out about a settlement that seemed to be there, that composed of, you know, humans, half elves, half orcs, your kind of usual. Well, we've only really
settlement
seen
needs
humans
your
and half
help.
elves. And there are also a bunch of asshole metal people that really are just complete and utter dicks. Sorry. We're kind of totally not at all completely biased towards the assholeness that is their supreme leader and what we're supposed to be doing for her. At this point, apparently, either we do a quest or Sauriv becomes a slave. And, you know, ignoring... Long story short, I don't like her. Felix doesn't like her. Good amounts of people in the party don't like her, but they're doing what they need to do in order to get the job done, because we need this job done in order to save the world. Don't you just love it when D&D just boils down to, oh yes, this person is an asshole, but you need to save the world, lols. Wow, I sounded exactly like Yargon for a second there. Jesus Christ. What is going on with me? Yargon, continue.
Did you just have a full conversation with yourself?
Yes, that's how you do recaps, isn't it?
Okay.
I
Clearly
guess.
you're clearly the expert on this topic, not sure, whatever you say.
Yes. Indeed.
Still scatterbrained from yesterday. I haven't had my brain straight all weekend. Ugh.
So, where you guys were last, I believe you had agreed to the challenge that you were given to locate one
Did we
artifact.
agree? I didn't. I had to leave a little bit early.
I believe they
Okay.
agreed to it because eventually, yeah, that you guys went to agree to it, and she was like, it's not actually what I wanted in the first place. Because it turns out
Well,
she's
very
being
confused
difficult.
with doing it, which is like, I don't know.
Yes, she wants you to prove yourself in combat. Is what she said. And so you guys, I think, if I am not retarded, agreed to go do it. With, of course, the whole thing with Sauriv no longer on the table.
Yes, Sauriv's not got a lifetime of servitude if we fuck up.
Yes,
Okay.
it was just go do it. I think.
Fine. Thank you. Then we get access to stuff in the trains, which we're gonna steal all off.
One of stuff, yes.
We're
So
allowed one stuff.
that is correct. So you guys, yeah, I believe it was everyone else was pretty much just waiting outside the tent. As not Sauriv, Coghammer and Pandal, you guys finally got to an agreement and made your way outside to find everyone else pretty much staring down. A large group of the ones they refer to as guardians. They're about 10 feet tall, huge, hulking, metallic figures.
Yeah, I would be looking
Just gonna give
pretty angry at them. And then when I see my friends, I'm gonna be like, oh, 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 oh. How'd it go?
Well, we're not dead and you're not slaves, so far pretty good. But we do have to go and find their fucking box and murder a thing that's stopping us getting the box.
Yeah, let's make our way there. We can talk more on the way.
Okay.
And one of them's supposed to show us the way, and I'm gonna look around. And any of them like got a little like tour guide hat on, or
None of them have noticeable tour guide hats. Although, as you say that, one of them does step forward. And just kind of looks at you.
I
Again,
don't think it's that one.
they don't have faces. It's just sort of this like blank. It's kind of wedge shape actually, but it's just got this kind of blank head that just kind of looks at you.
Well, guess we're going then.
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna start following the road bit.
Okay, as you guys like move to follow it, it kind of just stands there. You're like, and then it just turns on a boot heel, I think is the phrase, and begins marching off in one direction at a speed that is a little bit more than what you're used to, because it's a bit faster than the rest of you guys, and the speed you guys walk at.
I start flying to keep up.
Yeah, and you do need to, as this thing has a walking speed of 40 feet. With its
Oh, that's
Hey,
pretty
big
good.
legs.
that's my flying speed.
That's my walking speed.
Indeed.
I'm gonna be
Well,
running.
I'll be lagging behind.
I will pick up Pandal and put him on my shoulders.
Okay.
Hey, see
As-
my robot up here.
It does appear to be moving at quite the speed with yeah. It begins leading you off towards the down train that is notably, on its side. And it'll take some time as it begins to sort of lead you off in that direction. It'll take maybe like 20 minutes, 10-20 minutes to get over there. As it
Okay.
sort of marches on over. Is there anything you guys want to discuss on the way or do on the way? Someone said something about talking and walking.
I'm just gonna see. So, what are we actually looking for? Is it like a box of dead, or is it like a box of making dead, or what?
I think it's quite literally just like a metal cube. Well, most of the faces of it have like sigils on it, and then one of them has a bit of gold, and there's a bit of green as well on that gold face. And we've got to find that one and not a different one, that one, and then come back with it.
Okay.
Just so we can allow to poke around the other train, and then maybe get some information about who's smart. But like that, they seem to be pretty convinced it was the library lady from Milakadi, so it's not really leading anywhere.
And you said there were something we needed to kill.
Well, yeah. There's apparently one of them. They weren't very particularly specific, but it's gone rogue, and they want us to murder it because it's there and it's a good test of our skill or something. They got really antsy when we were like, "Hey, let's not have slaves," and they were like, "Grr." Rabbits don't say grr, but if they could, they would. I'm sure.
Yeah, Felix, he said something about slaves, and me. What was that?
Oh yeah, the lady. She was big into being like, "Oh, if you get the wrong box, then Sauriv will be my slave forever." And understandably, we were like, hey, that's not very nice. And then she was like, I don't care. And then we were sort of like, went around in circles for a bit. And then she was sort of like, go get it anyway. But then I'm not going to like do shit for you. But like only a little bit. It was a whole thing. And didn't really, was sort of confusing because I don't think she knows what negotiating is. Basically, you won't be a slave.
She was a dick.
Also, she was a massive cock, but so were we. So
Oh, okay. That's fine.
overall balances out, and you get to murder something. So
Yeah, it's alright then.
we're doing well.
Apparently I'm missing 6 hit points. I don't know what from.
Why did you take 6 damage?
I don't know.
Pretty sure I took damage when I like jumped through the freaking portal. And like fell down.
Yeah, but I think it was just.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I
I think
succeeded.
so.
I'm gonna leave it there because I don't know where it came from, but it's only 6 hit points, it's fine.
That's like 3%.
I was muted. Yeah, that like doesn't affect you.
No, this is nothing. Watch this, I'm gonna go down and like buy like 6 hit points of damage.
Yeah, by 5 hit points, you're like, God damn.
Fuck.
Once the rest of the people arrive where they should be, I'll be like there in a minute or two.
Okay, so you're not kind of like running after everyone, or you just.
I am, but everyone is way faster.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well-
the boy's got 25 feet of movement.
Wait, is this thing sprinting?
No, this thing's just walking.
Okay.
So he just has big legs,
Yeah, okay.
essentially.
Also, I'm very old.
Yeah, bless him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and pick him up and carry him while having Pandal on my shoulders, if you'll let me. Just like under my arms.
Sure.
If I can.
Because it is Sauriv and he's 7 foot ridiculous, and it's the 2 small ones. I'd say it's that's sure.
Okay, that's fine then.
You might not want to do that and literally anything else, but you know.
No, I'm not gonna be trying to.
Sure. Okay, so you pick up Coghammer and help him along.
Sorry, don't want to lose this bugger.
Yeah.
So, you guys eventually arrive at a large tear in the underside of this train. You can see sort of corridors and rooms laid out strangely, sort of on their side. Funny thing, across the across the across the way in front of you. Thank you. As you can see, sort of into one of the large corridors that runs along the underside, you can see rooms leading what is now up and down off of it, and you can even see a few like ladders leading upwards and down, which now just forwards, deeper into the train, due to the fact it's sideways.
Okay.
The large construct in front of you steps through, turns to you guys, just sort of waits, make sure, waits, watches for you guys to step inside, and then begins to head off, again, kind of just wordlessly, and starts making its way through a number of these corridors, now moving a lot slower. Like, you guys will be able to keep up on your own, as it does have to sort of, like, duck and bend over in certain areas that it's just not big enough for it, and in some places it will have to crawl where you, especially Pandal, but Coghammer as well, you might be able to just stand up. In some of the rooms where it's clearly, they're like now corridors, but it was clear they were like a shaft or a ladder to go up. As you'll pass through one or two of these, it leads you deeper inside into the train. And it eventually comes to where you can see a much more rickety looking wooden ladder that leads down into the train. That's kind of a stark contrast from the current from the architecture around it. Thank you. As it kind of leads sort of like, God, fucking hell, my words today. It leads down, which would previously have been to the left-hand side of the train, which is now down, only about 5-10 feet into this, like before it breaches into a room corridor type thing. It appears to be the right way up. Strange. It looks like it should be sideways like everything else, but it's not. It's the right way up. And as it leads you down, we have a map, which I will bring you guys to. Hey, I need to put you on the map.
I can see where the torches are.
That's wonderful. Cool. Well, you can see where the torches are. I'll fix that in a minute.
Yeah, we're us though.
Felix. Pandal.
Just get
Akane.
Dirk. We'll cast light on me.
Akane.
Sauriv. You're gonna cast a light on yourself. Okay. Do we
Yes,
have
please.
a thing
if
for
it's-
that?
Yeah, if it's dark, I don't know how much other people need to see, but I would cast light on
How much?
my hammer. My bouncy thing, I guess. Light
Sure.
is, let's see.
It's
Do you have a
2020, I
way?
think.
Do you have a way to get a bouncy cock across the map, Yargon?
What? There.
Hey.
Do you have a way to bounce the cock around the map?
I can do that if I need to.
I am seeing glowy stuff right here.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's.
Wow, okay, so I can't edit a token that's on the map. That's dumb.
Is it on? Are you on the wrong layer?
No, it's on the map layer, and like if I click on it, I can't go to edit it because I forgot to turn off you guys can see it.
Yeah.
Controlled by all players, save changes, layer, map layer. As you can see, we're professionals, and we take this very seriously. Right. And with this one, you should stop seeing.
Reformed.
Do you now not see anything?
I can still see.
Vision from the torch.
I can still see these
Like,
three boys.
Is that, yeah, we can see from him, I guess.
And we can also see this boy.
Oh
here.
yeah, the torches.
Why? That doesn't make any
I
sense.
don't know.
Because I've just made it so that you can no longer.
I'm fairly sure Roll20 has messed with something because it used to work fine, but now it doesn't.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure they've messed with something.
Sounds
Settings
like
or something.
Raw 20.
Yep.
I have no idea if this is gonna help anything. Boy, it doesn't have sight. You shouldn't be able to see anything.
It's just too woke.
Can control it, so.
Yeah. Has that changed
Paint a
anything?
massive black square over it for now.
Yeah,
You
that
could just do that, to be honest.
I'm gonna.
Just go, yeah.
Fucking whatever. Okay. Wait.
Well, that's over everything.
Everything went dark.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
Don't see anyone anymore, huh?
Really?
Oh no!
Sauriv, where did you go?
Really? I have to. Oh, for fuck's sake, roll 20.
All I see is Sauriv.
I see my whole world.
Teleported. Oh no!
Welcome to my bag of holding.
You just
Hey.
pulled the bag over his head.
Yeah, I was about to bag of holding of Sauriv's little head.
Right, and then we hide areas. Why you
I
like?
would suggest Fog of War, but I literally have no idea how that works.
Right.
Just turned Fog of War on, and it decides that it's going to hide the entire map instead of just the bit I clicked fucking to hide. Because roll 20.
I don't know how Fog of War works.
Coghammer, you're in a wall.
So.
I should probably learn at some point.
Okay, so yeah, I
You don't have that number,
roughly know how it used because I did that when I was first starting roll 20. So. Is Mac here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, it's muted. So.
Yeah, I was just making sure I didn't, make noise.
I should point out there's one of these dudes behind you. Technically, they can fit
Looks
in that
big.
space. They have to squeeze. Yes, they're very large. They're 10 feet tall, which is over 8 feet, which makes them large creatures.
Well, it sounded earlier last time that there was just a couple of big ones in there.
Yes, it is one of the big ones.
Okay.
It was one of the big ones that stepped forward. So, as you enter into a room, into this sort of corridor, the Guardian kind of... actually, he would be in front, wouldn't he? Because, you know, he went first because he was showing the way. He gestures forward in front of him. Bring up my notes, because he only speaks in specific words. Right.
So apparently we're playing Destiny and D&D now.
You are. Stop questioning me.
Yargon, why are we playing?
Don't think about it.
Yeah, I thought I had seen something like that before. I've
Yes.
never played Destiny though, so that's probably why I didn't recognise it.
Yes.
Oh, so that's a gun on my back.
Yes. Wait, what?
Or are you just happy to see?
As it gestures to the four of them, to the four sort of wooden pedestals in the centre of the room, and there's a single iron, like structure that's in the middle with a single button on it, and it just them. Before you lie 4 wooden pedestals. Atop each sits a single orb, one of yellow, red, green, and magenta. Activate them, and the door shall open. And it just sort of stands back, crosses its arm, and watches. Arms and watches.
I love orbs. They're my favourite.
As you go sort of actually inspect them, they appear to be these sort of like glass, maybe? Like crystalline. It looks more like glass. Like coloured glass.
I'm gonna ask Pandal if he wants down.
Ah, yeah, okay.
So yeah, I'm just gonna let him down.
Okay.
The ceiling was really doing my quiff an issue, so...
I've tried a lot of ceilings actually.
Yeah,
Um, the ceilings in here, they're about like 10 feet tall, which is...
Never mind,
Oh,
forget
so
I
you
said
would-
anything.
You would be having some issues because you're like 3'4" and I'm
That's just true.
like 6'7", I think. So yeah,
Oh, yeah, so
just.
so just about able to fit.
maybe. A little scab just right across the top of me. and scraped along the ceiling.
Scatter. The average range of 5. Coghammer, did you just cast Scatter?
No, that was a misclick from like 10 minutes ago.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay,
I was like, wait a minute. You just
Uh,
being like, oh, but what if we weren't?
so like any writing around these things?
yeah.
It doesn't appear to have any writing on them, although there is a symbol. If you like look closely, it's kind of hard to tell what it is because the way the light kind of refracts through them. There does appear to be some kind of symbol embedded underneath the very center of each like orb.
Is it different for each orb, or is it the
Yeah,
same
as you look
symbol
through them,
on
they're
each orb?
different symbols.
Okay.
You said there's a button on this
Button.
pillar.
Yes, it appears to be a button.
Okay. I'm gonna try and hit it.
Okay.
Edwin,
As in, like, press the button, or like, I'm going
As-
to smack it until it dies.
no, as in like press the button a bit hard.
Okay. You press the button in, and it won't go in. It's solid, doesn't move.
Don't know what I expected, to be honest.
Are you
I'm
having
just gonna-
issues going deeper?
Gonna touch the crystal?
Normally I don't, but
Okay.
right now I am.
Which one? The yellow one?
The one I'm at.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that the yellow?
It's cold,
Yes.
hard
it's
to the
cold.
touch, and it almost feels as if it's rotating, but it doesn't appear to be. It feels kind of like that. It almost like drags on your skin very, very slightly in one direction, just across the surface. And as you touch it in different places, it sort of appears to just be spinning. But the ball itself isn't actually spinning. It just feels like it is.
I'm gonna see if I can move it at all.
Okay. It appears to be pretty well set into its socket. How are you trying to move it?
Just like turning left and right, like rotating it. See
Okay.
that? Yeah.
Go ahead and make me a strength check.
And I'm definitely not trying to break it, so I'm not like doing pushing it or whatever.
Oh, okay. In that case, it doesn't. It appears to be set solidly, and you can't rotate it.
I
Fully.
think so. Aye, it is.
Hmm?
Yes.
What's time sheet?
Sorry about that. I thought it was muted. Sorry.
Ah.
Can I try and presto a like a little like a real small like mark just onto the face of the red orb to see if it's spinning?
Okay.
Like a boop.
As you presto on, it has a strange texture on the red orb. It looks almost as if you're looking at the symbol that's on it through water. But water that's slightly red. It's kind of weird as you try and presto onto the surface. It doesn't appear to be spinning. Well, it's got a slightly wavy as you're looking at it through like some kind of red water, like a I don't know, like black currant juice or something.
I want to poke it.
It feels cold, hard to the touch. Actually, no, sorry, that one feels red. Is not cold. Yes, red is not cold. Red is.
It's not cold.
It feels warm, like room temperature, but like
It's
slightly
warm.
more than that.
Slightly more than room temperature.
And it does feel hard to the touch.
Right. Okay.
I'm gonna try and cast light on the yellow one.
Okay. The yellow crystal begins to glow.
You've activated it, Coghammer. How did you do that?
I don't know.
Oh, man,
Can
you're
I
so good at
cast
these.
like healing on a purple one?
I cast heal.
Yes.
Yeah. What
7th level spell.
what spell are you casting?
Let me see what I have. I believe it's just healing. The one with a touch. Where the fuck did my character sheet go?
Cure wounds.
Yeah.
Cure wounds is
Cure
touch,
wounds.
healing words is ranged.
Cure wounds. Yes.
Cure wounds. Okay, go ahead and roll.
Yes.
Okay, as you cast Cure Wounds into the orb, the spell is kind of reflected and dispersed. You feel it doesn't make a connection, but as it does, the orb just turns clear, completely clear. And you can see that the symbol engraved in the bottom was a cross. Just like a plus sign.
I peer through the red one. What's that symbol look like?
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Oh, I got a peep as it.
You got a peep, is it?
That's a 27.
That'll do. It's difficult to see because it's almost like looking through a sort of red liquid.
Mhm.
And the symbol at the bottom appears to be in the shape of a teardrop. It's difficult to see because it kind of like shifts and bends and plays with the light, but you might make it out it's definitely in the shape of a teardrop.
Right, and if I from where I am now, can I see if like the I guess purple one are kind of making it transparent, that one and the green one. Do they also appear to be just watery, or is it just the red one?
It's just the red one.
Just
The others appear kind of different in nature.
Is there any writing on the door?
There's
Is it
no.
blank?
It's no, it's just completely blank. It's the same as all of the other kind of like bulkhead type doors that you've seen in these trains, where it's got a single large wheel in the middle. That this one appears to not have a wheel in the middle. It's got like the fitting for it, doesn't have the wheel.
I'm gonna stop the light spell on the crystal.
Okay, yeah. It stops
It's
glowing.
still the exact same.
It is.
Coghammer, you broke it. It was going
Uh,
so well.
Nah. I'm gonna see if I get see anything in it.
Okay, go ahead and roll a peepers.
Would a magnifying glass help at all?
Probably not, due to the nature of the fact it's difficult to see because it's being played with by, the light's being played with by, like, essentially a crystalline, constantly shifting crystalline substance. 18. Yeah. It's very hard to tell as you look through it. It's almost like it's kind of wavy, as if it's sort of being blown about. But it appears to be a symbol of a cloud with 3 lines coming out, like 3 wavy lines coming out to the right-hand side of it.
I'm gonna blow on the crystal.
Okay. As you blow on the crystal, the what do you call it? The air around the room, all of you feel it as the air kind of suddenly shifts, as if someone's just blown on the back of your neck, and the crystal turns clear.
A spit on the red crystal.
Nothing happens.
I'm gonna get some actual water and put.
What were you doing, Pandal?
It's like watery, and I figure if that one, Coghammer went, worked. I guess.
Yeah, there
I
was
don't know.
like little airy squiggles or something.
This one looks like it. Maybe I have to cry into it.
Did you, so you pour water on it?
Yeah, I put a bit of water on it.
Nothing happens.
Ah, I'm
what's
gonna.
water? What?
Sauriv, can I borrow your great?
Can I try and look in it?
Yeah. Roll a peepers check.
Peepers.
Peepers. Cheapers.
Oh,
17.
Cheaper people.
Yeah, same. Okay, as you look into it again, you see this kind of shifting red liquid almost contained within the red crystal. It's kind of what it looks like. And it's, to use nerd terms, it looks like the index of refraction. Is that the word? It's constantly shifting, so it's kind of waving on its own and doing its own thing.
Well, that means nothing to me, but
Sauriv. Also, does Sauriv bend down to look at it? That's a question.
I guess.
I do bend down a little, and
Can I
as
reach his face?
Yes.
And I've cut my finger on one of his teeth and put the blood into the crystal.
If it lets you, I guess.
Like, I need your teeth. It's
Why?
well, because if it's like it's not water and it's like red water, so what's red water?
Well,
I
Alright.
walk over to
And I'm just
Pandal and
gonna
slit his
run
throat. Wait, what?
Run my finger along the edge of my blade
Okay.
and let it drip.
Okay. You take. No, it's not enough to take a point damage. As you drip a single drop of blood onto it, and the crystal turns clear.
I did a smart.
You did. Now it's ethanol. Now you have to get some ethanol to
I'm gonna look in
go
the
again.
green
Never mind.
one.
Yes, green. Okay.
I'll pull the color.
Go ahead and roll a peepers check.
Did like casting light on the other crystal and like canceling it, did it help at all with the
No.
weird way light was acting on these crystals?
No, and they do appear to be each. The light was is playing off of this one differently to the way it was on the other one. This one appears much foggier, and even with the 19, it's very hard to see through it, and you can just about tell there's something at the bottom, but you can't make out what it is.
I wanna walk over and see if I can see it.
Okay, go ahead and roll a
Yes.
peepers.
I want to go over as well. Just like bottle over.
No, Akane. You can't see shit. It's hard to make out through this sort of dense green fog.
What was the terrain outside like, by the way?
Foothills.
Had it rained recently at all?
it doesn't look like it's rained recently. I mean, you didn't see any indication of it
Like
immediately.
small plants I remember, and also I would like to look in the thing.
Okay, well, go ahead and roll a peepers then.
But yeah, were there like small plant, like shrubs anywhere? Oh, 14. That's
14.
weak.
Yeah, no, you can't really make anything out through it.
Is,
Yeah, it's a
the
ways out, but there is some stuff in the form of plant matter outside.
Okay.
is the magenta one still
Yeah, it's still clear.
glowing?
No, no,
Oh, it's clear. Okay.
it's clear.
Yeah,
Yes,
I kind of healed it, and it.
when it went healed.
Oh, right. Okay.
You're gonna have to specify his jargon. Oh god. I just read that.
I have opened Page Plus again because I have it on my fucking thingy bar, and I really should unpin it from there. But I'm not going to.
I keep randomly opening because it's right next to Discord.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna take out a piece of ration and rub it on the crystal.
Okay.
Gross.
It sort of just smears across the surface. Doesn't really do anything.
It's a bit of a waste.
Yeah, it's just kind of gross.
What's in there anyway? I'm gonna look at.
It's some smoke. I
go
think.
ahead and
Yeah,
roll
a
a
lot of
peepers.
fog.
9.
9.
God. Unfortunately, no, you can't seem to make out the symbol at the bottom of this.
I
Oi.
mean,
Felix, what are you up to?
I'm just kind of watching you guys.
Wanna give us a hand?
I mean, how could I ever hope to match the genius that you possess, Sauriv?
I mean, you don't need to match it. You just need to get some kind. You just need to get kind of a little bit close, I guess.
So this is brown, right?
I-
The color in front of us is brown, right?
Green, right?
Green.
What?
Oh,
Okay,
which color are we working on?
These
Sorry.
ones
This one
are
is green.
all clear.
yes,
clear.
they've gone clear.
Alright,
This
so
one
we're
is
working
green.
on green.
or you were faffing around doing whatever you were in the corner.
Fapping.
I was just sitting there watching you guys.
Well, Felix, I think it's pretty hard for you to reach the. I do air quotation marks geniusness of Sauriv.
See,
We
can't
can
hear
all-
me from me.
hope, Akane. Okay. The dream I too hold that
Fine.
one day. Do I? Well, Felix has a snoot. Do I have any, like dirt on my shoes from outside?
A little bit.
Can I do
Just
mold
flick a
earth
bit.
on it, or try it?
Oh,
You
they
try and
updated
cast
character sheet.
mold earth onto it.
Yeah.
Okay. As you cast it, the spell can't find a target.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Doesn't appear to be made of earth.
try. How tall are these things? They're not that high off the ground, right? I can.
They're about like 3 feet, 4 feet up.
I'm gonna do a handstand. I have proficient in acrobatics. I'm gonna do a handstand
Yeah.
to maneuver so I can rape my foot on the crystal on top of the smear that Coghammer's already smeared.
Okay, go ahead and roll an acrobatics because I think it would be funny if you nat 1.
I'm a halfling. I don't nat one. I 27.
That's fair. Okay, you pretty gracefully just
Grace and elegance.
grace and elegance bounce forward onto your hands, rub your feet on this crystal, and then back onto your feet. It now has a footprint on the side. That's the only change.
I thought it'd be like dirt
What
or
if it's
something.
what if it's like poison or something?
Well, it's like foggy, and I'm gonna try and cast lightning lure on it.
Oh,
Okay.
maybe because it's like what people they need to.
That's
make
the one
people-
that
Deals lightning damage.
does lightning damage. Requires an attack roll, does it not?
No.
Isn't it? Is it?
I think it's a save. Isn't it?
Oh,
It's a
it's a save.
save.
And
Okay.
then they walk towards you. Is the crystal gonna go towards?
Well, it pulls it within 5 feet of you, like
yeah.
far away.
So as you sort of crackle and pop, you sort of like let out this small
Summons
bolt
cool
of lightning
pop-ups.
into it. It kind of just plays across the surface before being. It doesn't seem to go into the crystal. It kind of like crackles across the surface before eventually leaping down into the metal plating of the floor and dissipating into nothing.
Doesn't clear the crystal though.
It doesn't clear the crystal.
I was
I
really
think
hoping
we
it
need
was like
like
what
maybe poison or something.
that or metal. I'm not entirely sure which, to be honest. I don't know why green would be metal, but I don't know.
I mean, the poison comment probably is about the best, or we could go outside and maybe grab a plant.
Well, if it's not dirt, then I figure it's probably not plants.
Well, if you think it might be metal, I'm just gonna hug the crystal.
Okay. As you hug crystal, at first nothing seems to happen. But the moment your skin touches it, it's like bit on like your wrist as it just touches it, it suddenly turns clear.
Wait, what? What did you do?
Oh, green means something living.
Oh, that's like super creepy. So it's like the bits you need to make a person, maybe? Because if the green's like
I think
flesh,
it's just something alive.
yeah. But if you think
Oh.
it's like
Okay.
if the green's like flesh and then the purple's like life, and you've got some blood, and then you've got some like breath, then it's like that's kind of creepy.
I'm gonna
I mean, yes, but it is what
Try.
it is.
Can I try and push the button again?
Okay. This time as you try and push the button down, it slides down without any kind of objection. The door opens up.
There we go.
Just
I'm gonna
creaks on open.
play a little tune on my flute. I'm gonna go.
Actually, with second thoughts, I'm not going first. Someone else go first.
Sauriv?
Why
Yeah,
am
I'm
I like
going.
this? Our tour guide.
I mean, I hate
Okay.
to assume, buddy, but you are the
Oh,
big
wait.
one that likes to punch things the most.
Oi, Tin Can, you going first? No, you staying here.
Don't talk to Coghammer like that.
Yeah, what the hell?
No,
It-
not you. The big one.
It kind of cocks its head as you say that, Pandal, and then it just gestures for the doorway, as if sort of you go first kind of gesture. After
All right,
you
then.
is the phrase.
Ooh, I see a room.
You do.
Is that a bench?
It appears to be a bench
Table?
within a table. Felix, are you going to go with them?
Yeah, I'm going. Missing multiple times.
What are you doing?
Oh, apparently, Pandal's outside of the train now.
He's
Or he was. Oh boy, I say, looking at the tables in front of us. Are we in school now?
You enter into a room
Oh, I've never been in a school before.
You
That
ain't
has-
missing much.
a large table in the center and a smaller one to either side. There are 2 chairs by each table, except the large center table, which has a bench on either side. It could fit 2, maybe 3 people to squeeze. On each table, 1, 2, and 1, there are 4 chests, each at a glance identical. The construct sort of behind you kind of squeezes its way through the corridor into the room, struggling to make it through the small passageway.
I'm immediately gonna sit down and start ritual casting detect magic.
Alright.
Can I use my eyes to just have a look at the chests and see if they do appear to be at least exteriorly identical, or if there are
You
differences?
want to make an investigation check type thing? Go for
yes.
it. Yeah, go for it. The
So 26.
as the Guardian enters into the room behind you, for the record,
Yay, bards.
it simply states, 1 will open the door, the other 3 will fill this room with sand.
Wait, what?
That sounds like really, really bad.
26. Pandal.
Yeah. Just want to see if they look different. Like,
The boxes look very similar, but they are different. You do notice very small differences, nothing really noticeable across them. You do, however, notice that the leftmost box does have a very small loop of red thread like protruding from the seam between it's this one for the record.
Yeah.
Protruding from the seam between the lid and the rest of the box.
I assume on my investigations that is the only one that has that.
It is the only one that does that.
No other colours of thread? No.
No other thread. This one here, also, the fucking 26, appears to have... The seam is slightly lighter, as if backlit.
Do I see, is
Right.
the door just plain again?
It's the exact same thing.
Yeah, okay.
I'm going to point out both these factors to everyone else in the room. I'll be like, that's
Sure.
got a seam and that one looks like it's got a light inside.
Coghammer's just mumbling and holding a piece of metal and running his fingers across it.
Sure.
Coghammer, I'm sure it likes being
he's
petted.
finally,
There's no point.
I think he finally went off the rocker.
I think he
No,
lost
I'm
it.
trying something from
Oh,
Oh, never mind, never
He's
mind.
trying something. He can hear us. He's not gone that insane yet. Don't say
okay,
anything bad.
I wasn't saying anything.
Just me. I'm just gonna start all whistling with Sauriv.
As Pandal starts whistling, I'm just like,
As you two complete complete your attempts at being subtle, Coghammer, you eventually complete your incantation. It appears as though the boxes themselves, because you can't see through them, the boxes themselves do both. All four of them appear to be inert.
Coghammer, look in this one in the light. Is it like
believe
magic
it has
light
to
or
be fairly
regular light?
thick would be able to block it.
I believe you can't see through anything with detect magic. I think you're thinking of X-ray vision.
3 feet of wood or dirt.
Really?
That's when the spell can penetrate most barriers.
Huh.
Ha.
Okay.
you can't see through, like, I think it's like
Yeah.
1 inch of
One
lead.
Yes, 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3
Sheet
feet
of lead,
of
yeah.
wood or dirt.
Yeah.
Like any
Okay,
amount of
I
lead.
thought that
It might
was...
just be lead-lined boxes. That's entirely possible.
Yes.
I was wrong. Well, in that case, it doesn't really matter. There appears to be a rune of some kind glowing that doesn't have a school. Actually, it would do.
That's it. Conjuration.
Is that the one that cost you lots of money to do? Which I've
Are
forgotten the name
3
of.
the same and is 1 different?
No, they all
Uh,
appear to be the same.
Glyph of Warding is actually abjuration because it's a protection rune. But there you go. Abjuration runes.
Wait, which one? The fucking what's?
Glyph of Warding is
Thank
the
you.
one where you put a spell on it.
Yeah, that's the
So
one.
I was wondering if it was just a special thing that summoned sand. Like the plane of sand, I guess.
They appear to be 4 glyphs of warding, essentially. You get the essence that it's glyph of warding. It's hard to tell specifics, but they appear to be of the right school, if you know the spell.
Well, they all seem the same. As in, with like magic and things.
Okay.
You could see that.
Oh wait, no, I'm retarded. This one doesn't have a rune in it.
That one has no rune.
Yes.
That's
Sorry.
not the thread or the.
Okay.
No.
Right.
There is
Oh god,
one
they've all got
item that's
unique
not
aspects. Fuck.
Just gonna. And don't see any magic in this one.
I'm sorry, I was looking at the wrong thing there, because I'm dumb.
Okay, that can mean one of two things. Either this one's the only one that's like they've hidden the magic on the inside from you, or that just means this one isn't going to murder us all.
I'm going to try and inspect this one closer. Does there seem to be any kind of
Yeah, same.
Go ahead and
dodgy shit about
roll
it?
an investigation.
Check the
I'm-
traps.
Fucking
Technically
excellent
speaking,
at
yes.
this.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I'm not bad actually.
You did
17,
very
15. You guys don't see anything untoward about the box. You can't see any traps.
I can't see any traps. It must be safe.
Yeah.
Said no adventurer ever.
Hey, listen, I've got to have some famous last words, all right?
I mean, fair, but still, I don't think we should count on that.
There are no other features of the room other than a robot that's kind of been a bit shifty.
It,
Some boxes and some tables.
it appears to be more or less completely blank, other than that. I say more or
I'm
less.
gonna have a look underneath all the tape.
Okay. They appear to be tables, from what you can tell. You don't see anything underneath.
When you said that, you were like, a pit of tables. They look a lot like tables. They seem to smell very similar to the tables you smell. How tables
What I'm
tend.
hearing is they're all mimics.
You're not
The way
wrong.
The way that sentence started, just the inflection, I thought he was actually going to find something. Then it was just like,
There's
They
a
all
post-it
appear to
note on the
be
bottom that says this one.
tables.
You see a rune carved onto, into the bottom of one of them. You speak Dwarvish, it says, "This is a table." No, they appear to be blank tables. There's nothing.
Is there no carvings into the side that say like "math sucks," like Mrs. Johnson is a bitch, like none of that?
You don't see any of that.
Okay, right. Can I presto one of the tables to say like Mrs. Johnson is a bitch?
Sure.
Now, see, now it's school, Felix. We've got
Who's Mrs. Johnson?
no idea. It sounds like a generic enough name that I wouldn't. No one would actually know anyone called that.
I know Mrs. Johnson.
Well,
She was a nice lady. I used to do her locks for her all the time. She had problems with kids constantly trying to break into her place. Something
I'm
about
gonna-
inheritance.
I'm going to like get rid of the presto and I'm going to re-presto it. Being like Mrs. Johnson has B&E problems. That'll be an out onto the table. I mean, at least that's accurate now.
Fair, I guess. I mean, she is a good person.
Yeah, but you don't really go. I think they're really empathetic. Mrs. Johnson is really empathetic and deserves better than this school on a table. It's not really, in the keeping of spirit. But whatever.
Can the chairs and benches be moved around at all?
Yeah. They appear to be movable. They appear to be just regular chairs and benches.
I'm just gonna say it.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk like right up to the big robot boy. Sorry, you were saying.
Okay. All I was going to say is that does appear to be the function of the bench.
I walk right up to the robo lad /
Robocop.
lady. And is it just like staring ahead?
Pretty much, yeah.
Can I tap it and be like, "Excuse me,
It looks down at you.
can you repeat what you said when we came in here?"
One will open the door. The others will fill the chamber with sand.
Okay, is that when we open them or when they want to?
When you open them,
Okay, and it's just this room, yeah?
potentially.
Potentially, I don't like that. Is it the whole train or just this room?
It
or-
gestures at the room. Evidently, the trap has not yet been activated.
I mean, I think I would have noticed about that. Yeah.
The exact specifics cannot be certain.
Wait, so you don't know? Didn't you make these?
No.
Okay, not to be racist, do you know the people who made these? I'm not trying to be
I do.
Were they nice? Did they have break-in entering problems?
It looks at you kind of questioningly.
Oh, that was a
Just-
joke, friend.
It's impressive for a large featureless face to look questioning, but it does.
This is the thing like dogs do, which is tilt its head one more degree to the left.
Yeah, pretty much.
Used it.
It's basically upside down at this point, trying to understand you, but
What the fuck is this tiny human?
it knows what halflings are, it's not me.
Okay, cool. Stop questioning. I don't have anything else to say to it. So, I mean, do we have any more information? Should we pull the thread? Should we light the light? I don't know,
Well, if it's just when you open the chest, I guess you could pull the thread.
Yeah, it depends how you define open, though, because if it's in the scene, that might count as it being opened.
Would breaking them count as opening them?
I think so.
I mean, I'm pretty good at that.
Yeah,
We can try it.
You know those kids that used to like, run around kitchens and break pots, like throw them against walls to get them open as opposed to just reaching in? I think it counts as opening the pot,
Those kids are bitches.
Yeah, there was like got about master swords and weed flutes or something.
The
Right.
heck's a weed flute?
That's a type of musical instrument. I don't know, I never really got into it. More of a regular flute kind of halfling.
I know those from my homeland. No, JK. Akane is not Japanese, I think.
Akane doesn't really have a homeland.
Yeah. Not anymore.
Hmm.
I mean, I think her family may be used to on land. I don't know.
Are you sure not home waters?
Okay, here's a thought I've just had.
Okay.
Okay, I know they're rare, Sauriv, don't bully me. You're just so much smarter. But
They're not
if these,
rare.
when you,
They just tend to be dangerous.
they do also tend to be dangerous. This one will not break from that trend, I promise.
Oh,
If you
excellent.
open them, they may fill the space. The sand may just go. Oh, it's just a pile of sand, or it'll create sand and fill the space given, right? Which is why if it's in the chest, it's okay. But as soon as you open the chest, it keeps filling with more sand. Right? So if we build a secondary enclosure around the chest that's sand tight, with these benches that we have, I guess, for no other reason than they're here, then open one of them and it goes badly, then we'll just the sand will fill up that space. We're like, oh, it wasn't that one. And we can just repeat that
I
process
don't
forward.
know. I don't think that will work.
I'm gonna leave this one to you guys, because I don't know what to do.
Well, there's magic on them. I could try getting rid of it.
I mean, I don't think that works with enchantments, but you can certainly try. But also, what if that gets rid of the one that's magicked to open the door?
Well, then I mean, that's on them for making such a huge mistake.
Yeah, that's fair actually, but then they also accidentally fill another 3 chests with potentially infinite amounts of sand. So, I don't know if they really care that much. Robot Man, do you think the person who made this would care that much if they'd made such a hideous oversight?
Indeed.
Can we get a yes or no? Would they care? That's sort of the neutral answer that doesn't really,
I am forbidden from aiding you.
It's not hey, I'm just asking if they'd care.
Indeed.
Very difficult.
You
I
indeed
don't think
are
this
asking.
little ray of sunshine's gonna give you much.
He's not. I'll, just pat him on the leg gently. Look at that there, robot. You tried.
I would advise you not to patronize the robot.
I'm not. He did a great job. He just, he's doing what he's told. He's a good boy.
You're patronizing the robot again.
No, Felix, I'm not patronizing something. Patronize is when you talk down to them like they don't understand.
Like he's doing now.
Pandal's not very good at talking down to people unless he's on my shoulders.
Yeah, I need Sauriv as a boost. He's right. Very embarrassing.
I feel
I'm
like-
having a great time. Yargon very distantly, just chuckling.
Because he's having a good time. Having a good time.
Also spooked us with sandboxes. Literal sandboxes.
Haha!
Okay. So can you say so there are 4 boxes here.
Indeed.
One of which has the thing we need in order to get to the next room. 3 of which have things that will infinitely consume this room with sand, correct?
One will open the door. The others will fill this chamber with sand.
Okay. Yeah, Pandal, what did you say you saw about the boxes? One had red string on it.
That's got a red string. That one has maybe light coming out from inside it. It's sort of confusing.
Which one has the red string? I say, looking in.
This one.
Alright then.
This one is the one with light coming out of it, Yargon? correct me if
Yes.
I'm
I
wrong?
believe so.
Number 3.
This
that's
this
got-
one has no magic rune in it,
Yes.
Yes.
but the other ones do.
Other ones do, so.
Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna quickly back out of the room for a moment.
You really have that little faith in us?
It's not that, you dummies. Okay. Purple, red, yellow, green. Okay.
Do you think he's masturbating?
I'm not, you dumb lizard.
Oh, he's back.
I was gonna say I'm gonna start whistling. I'm gonna pull out my flute and start making flute tunes. Be inconspicuous.
Whistle along.
I'm gonna rub my hand up against this chest right here, the one that is like just normal, like my bare hand.
Okay. Nothing seems to happen.
I'm gonna put my
Like
bare hand
country?
on the chest that's over here.
It's a chest.
Okay. I'm trying to see if one of them is basically kind of. So there's a red string there. I think that they're correlating to the statues out back there in the last room. I think those were on oak pillars, these are on tables. It's kind of similar. So I
That is a
think
very good shout.
Okay, yeah. that
I think
makes
part of the
sense,
solution to
yes.
this puzzle is the solution to the last puzzle we had.
Last puzzle was do individual ones and then press a button. If we open the individual ones, we're gonna get filled with sand 3 times. Sure, the door will open, but like
That's true. So this one has a red string though, right?
yes.
Alright, maybe that ties into the blood one. This one has light, which ties into the light one. And this one has nothing in it, right?
Well, as we can tell. Well, Coghammer anyway.
Well, there was no light one.
Okay,
Yeah,
then what
that's
am I...
also-
You thought there was light coming from this one or something?
I had to blow on it, and then it worked. That was the one I think you're thinking of. I want to like get like next to that like one and blow into like the seam where the light's coming out. Go into it.
Nothing seems to happen.
Well, nothing seemed to happen.
I have eyes.
I was just making sure for
Narrative's sake, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. It just feels really satisfying to like, be like, didn't work. Because then you know, you can, like,
our
process it.
robot friend over there is probably wondering who he pissed off to be stuck in this room with us right now.
He's having
Just
a
gonna-
great time. He doesn't look like
just
he
gonna-
gets out much.
Nudge one of the chests to see if they move at all.
Which one?
The one where I didn't.
The one with no...
glyphs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Doesn't move.
Oh,
Is it stuck?
For lifting the table, does the table move?
Table seems to be able to move.
it's like up.
Yeah, it just appears to be stuck to the table.
Okay.
What if we just like move the tables to somewhere else? With the chests on them?
Like, take them outside and open them?
Yeah.
That could
Well,
be
then
worse.
the room would be the entire world.
Yeah, exactly.
Surely they can't have that much sand. It's just a little box.
Yeah, but if it's a magic sand, then we might have an issue.
I mean, magic's got limits, right? Right?
Yeah, but if it's like portal to Sandland, and then it's just like, oh, then sure it won't be the whole world, but it'll be enough sand to like fill a desert, and that'll be bad.
You might be,
Adamant.
you should be able, you people to magic, you can like stop that from happening. Like you can do something. I don't know.
Run away really fast. That's about it.
You can't like destroy magic or something like that.
Or you can like, get rid of it, but if the sand's just like been bought there magically, the sand itself isn't magic. It just sort of sand.
Okay, are we?
There's-
Let's just not even
much
go
sand.
about it in that direction. So what's special about this box right here in front of me? Like, has anything that's denoted it as being different?
Well, I think its difference is that it's not different, sort of
Yeah.
thing. Like we've
Well-
got red string, we've got like light, and we've got no glyph, and then that one's just sort of also there. Like the fourth wheel.
Hmm.
The fourth wheel on this three-person date.
Listen, the metaphor doesn't really stand up to analysis if you think about it too much, Sauriv. I get you're a big thinker, but like,
I mean,
Doesn't have a leg to stand on.
wow.
I don't even know where you were going with that.
You're welcome.
Poor places.
Okay, you know what? If you said this one don't have no magic thing in
Glyph
it,
in it.
yeah.
And the glyph of warding is set to trigger when a certain condition is met, right? I kind of look over to Pandal. You mentioned about wanting to use it once.
I mean, yeah, you can sort of. Yeah, but it can just. Yeah, no, it can be, but it could also be just like
Well,
light touches it, which could just be what happens when you open the
The
chest.
thing
Like,
is,
it
you
could be
can
any-
also disguise non-magical things as magical and magical things as non-magical.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Well,
You're
that
not
makes-
wrong.
that
There are
makes
ways to
things
hide magic.
complicated.
It's in my chest at the moment. But
Spells are weird.
Now I know how my players feel whenever I'm the one that's trying to do something clever. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Yargon.
So some floating orbs, we could just deal with the problem. But with these 4 boxes have just really stumped us, huh? Bet the twist is that 3 of them open the door and 1 of them fills it with sand.
well, to be fair, when light crystal was no threat, it was just light crystals.
Yeah, that's true. There's no like bad things. It's just like all good time.
Can I look over the tables or the chairs and the benches and whatnot and see if there's maybe something to that?
Go ahead and roll an investigation check.
Sure.
Can I
Yes.
try and insight the robot dude to see if he's
Ugh.
telling fibs? If he actually, is actually gonna kill us all or something?
You can certainly try. With a 13 investigation, you don't see anything untoward.
No, that should not be a 3. That should be a 5.
5. They appear to just be regular bench and chairs, cheaply made of wood of some description. It's not anything particularly noteworthy about them at all. Other than they're wooden and everything here is metal, other than the things before you. With a 5,
I'm gonna-
you've no idea, Sauriv.
I'm gonna take out my goggles,
Mhm.
take out my magnifying glass, and take a long, hard look at all the chests and where they are on the table. Just over, gonna look every chest over.
Okay, go ahead and roll an investigation. Just
Well, I'm specifically looking for small things, so magnifying glass should.
okay.
It's advantage when you look for tiny things.
Yeah.
Hey.
25. Nice. You see nothing particularly different about the chests. You do obviously see the red string, you do see the light seeping out. Other than that, they appear to be basically identical. There are a few minor scratches here and there, as it's clear they had different chests. The wood texture's different, but you don't see anything that could possibly be of note.
This wouldn't at all be relating to machine stuff, right?
No.
Okay, I have a extra dumb idea now. Can
Pick
we,
a box, open it. Just
A
a
what?
random.
You what?
Just pick a random box, open it. I see. What's
Oh, yeah, I was actually gonna go with, well, if this thing a glyph of warding is like made on is like destroyed, then the glyph is also destroyed and doesn't trigger. So if we turn because they're attached to the tables, sure, but if we just flip them upside down, break the bottom underneath the chest, then if it is the glyphs that are gonna do the thing, then the sand won't murder us.
So you're suggesting that we just like that I just like flip over the tables and like stick my sword through them?
Yeah, because if you can break the table and the chest, if you disrupt the surface that it's on, then it won't be able to be a full arcane glyph, and therefore you might have to coordinate with Coghammer because he can see them. If he can point out and be like, "Oh, it's this one," and "Oh, it's there," like, and you can get it accurate, then you can just
Wait, if
disturb it and it won't work. Or shouldn't
what
work.
do I
rather.
know about the spell he's talking about?
Do you know the spell? Do you have it?
Don't think I do.
I do.
Okay. Being Coghammer, not a crazy amount then?
Yeah.
You've probably heard of it. You might have seen it in use once or twice. Don't really know much more than what he's saying.
Coghammer knows the spell, right? I mean, fuck yeah. Pandal knows.
I
the
do.
spell.
Yes, I
Pandal
have the
does know the
spell.
spell,
I
yeah.
know the spell and I've used the spell before.
You, Pandal should know what we should do then. Move
Well,
everything away 10 foot from where they are.
No, because I've allowed him to cast it on objects that you can move.
Yes, we've basically been like, you can cast non instant damage spells on it, and you can also move the object.
Yeah.
So which is why that doesn't work, and we can't just take them out of the room and then they will be
Yeah.
dispelled.
You can
Otherwise,
just,
that would be the first.
yeah, you can cast invisibility on one that's on a dagger and then use
And
that.
then Vetzel could run around and never use it, but when she leaves, use it.
Yeah.
Cost
Which
me trying to fucking job.
Stop
Such a good
someone.
plan to get reimbursed, and it never happened. I'm very upset.
Was.
So yeah, maybe just like turn him upside down. Get Sauriv to stab him, see what happens. Because I mean, Coghammer, are they in the same place in each chest?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah?
Well, okay, so we then we could also start with the one with no glyph because it will be in the same place, or won't have one and we'll just have a thing that's in it. Because I think that's the most likely one. But if we also go about trying to destroy any glyphs that may be in there in the process, then it will be the safest option.
Okay, sure.
Rather than actually opening it, just do a big stab.
I mean, yeah, well, I don't mind this. This means I get to stab something.
Yeah, I mean,
If there's a better
if there's a
idea.
better plan, I'm open to hearing it, but that's all I can think of currently. Going once, going twice, kicking over the table. I'm gonna go over and flip the table.
Okay, you're gonna flip
on
the
far
table,
right.
the far right one. Okay.
Yes. the one with
I'm
no
going to
glyph
try
inside
and
it.
make sure the chest is not open as he flips the table.
Yeah. Oh.
The chest doesn't appear to attempt to open at all as he flips the table.
Okay.
It's kind of just acts like a solid block as though it was a single part of the table. As it clunk over onto its back, yeah.
I assume the table is made of the same wood the wooden bits of the chest are made of, if that makes sense.
No,
Oh,
it's
okay,
a
they're
different type of wood. Yeah, it's
So
a
it's
slightly
clearly
lighter
two
wood.
layers, okay.
It would appear to be.
Cool. Okay, so there should be 2 layers of wood you have to get through. So if you, I don't know if it's best to go, like, carve out one and then stab the other real quick, or just stab both real quick because you're strong as fuck and you'll be fine.
I think trying to, like, pierce it and not try to, like, destroy it, I guess.
Yeah, I was thinking that just like stab straight through.
Yeah, well, I mean, as long
Like,
as
if there's,
something
like, a
opposing
nail or
the glyph.
something we can punch through it. Something not overly big as I'm looking at. So
I mean, of course I'm jab.
Something
That-
what?
Something not overly big.
Yes, it's mod. I think Sauriv just died.
Oh, really?
He said he's got some javelins.
Ah,
I've got some javelins here.
Well, they're
okay.
pretty big.
I have this dagger.
I mean, yeah, but it's
Yeah,
like
the dagger would
thin,
be
so-
more.
Oh, that, yeah.
I assume the dagger is long enough that I think it could feasibly pierce enough to get into the chest. Yeah. Like,
Oh wait, I've got my dagger too. So
why use your dagger? Mine's halfling size.
Well,
so it's
let's
actually
let's
double
use the
check.
dagger as a nail, then I'll just pull out my hammer.
Yeah, that works.
I have a feeling this is going to go badly, and I'm going to put the dagger pointing towards the glyph wherever the glyph would be.
Yeah, I was
Soon
gonna try and help
Coghammer's-
coordinate
Yeah, yeah.
Sauriv and Coghammer to make sure they're like on the right bottom bit
It's
of the glyph.
basically the very center of the chest, yeah? On what you can assume to be the bottom. Okay.
Okay. I believe in you, Coghammer, and if you kill us with sand, then at least it'll be interesting. I'm gonna inspire Coghammer.
Okay.
Okay, I make sure the dagger is like the length of the dagger or whatever is along the grain, so it like pierces
Yes,
between
so
the
it has
grains, I
a
guess.
Sure,
high chance
sure.
of piercing.
Yes, and I'll do whatever I need to do.
Okay. So you're going to try and hit it with your hammer, yeah?
Yeah, start hammering it in, like
Okay.
I would hammer in a nail, not like trying to break something.
Okay. As you start
basically
attempting to hammer it in, it slips through the wood of the table pretty quickly. But after about half an inch, it won't budge.
I think now is where you proper slam it, Coghammer. Just like
Yeah,
go for
give
a
it another
big
go.
hit.
Okay.
I believe in you, man. Big hit.
Wait, let's just move a bit. I'm gonna put myself over here so I can have vision of the hallway,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll start hammering it, I guess.
Yeah, so I'll help move the thing.
Okay, so you drag it over, still stuck to the table. Okay, so you're going to just slam it in as hard as you can, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and roll an attack.
D10 Bardic Inspiration.
How much is it? Oh, yep, gonna use this D10.
Okay.
What? Well,
That's
you were
better.
pretty well with that.
22,
Yeah.
that's not bad.
22. Okay. As you slam your hammer into the dagger bends. It doesn't go any further in, and it just bends over to one side. It's now about like 90 degrees.
Oh.
The
You can have
dagger is
mine.
effectively not usable anymore.
I'll give Sauriv one of my daggers. So now I only have one.
It's like half the size of
roll
your other
that
daggers.
dagger over your head, I guess.
Oh wait, was that one of the bone daggers Sauriv made? Didn't he make some daggers? Or was it...
I made some bundle javelins.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, oh
Well,
no, your
I'll pull the
handiwork.
dagger out and I'll cast mending on it.
Oh.
Okay. You cast mending on it, and it straightens back out.
Oh, yay.
Give him my dagger back. Oh, you can have that.
Yeah. I'll just give you the dagger back.
Well, you know, it was a really good plan, you guys, but also we're idiots and boxes are immortal, so...
Yep.
Wait, are the boxes magic or they're not magic? Or did you say Coghammer? They're just...
Well, this one didn't seem magical.
The boxes don't appear to be magical, no.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So they're just some really, really tough wood. Robo-Man, what trees are in the local area? Are there any magic trees?
He's not gonna answer.
It's not helping us. I'm just asking about the geography of the place. But you're right, he probably won't answer.
There are no magic trees in the area.
Oh, he did answer. Oh, thanks, man. There are magic trees in the area.
Wow, shocker.
I'm gonna like feel the chest and lick it to make sure it's like wood, not like fucking painted metal.
You lick it? What?
It feels like wood. It is the right temperature to be wood. Sort of room temperature.
It tastes like wood.
It seems like wood for all you can tell.
What is this?
Can't try like burning the bottom. Maybe it'll burn.
Sure. I'll cast a firebolt.
Just like a little.
Okay, go ahead and roll an attack.
Oh yeah, of course.
Damage for firebolt.
Just into the bottom wall to see if it like.
Just firestorm the room, guys. It's the only solution.
Yeah, we will just have to come back with a meteor swarm and just deal with this.
10. Okay. You. Yeah, you cast this sort of bolt of fire, and it kind of catches and begins to burn away at the table, and then at the wood, and it burns away a pretty thin layer of wood, exposing a hard, dark metal underneath
Oh, fucking.
that it doesn't appear to have been scratched by the dagger.
Coghammer, is the metal magic? Because I have a thought.
Not that I know of.
If I lick them, I'm gonna do what Coghammer did and lick the metal. Does it taste of lead?
No.
It's not lead, so it might not be.
Well, yeah, I was able to see like inside them.
It's got a sort
Well,
of...
yeah, but you couldn't see anything inside this one, so it could.
Yeah, do it.
Actually, you
I
wouldn't
won't.
recognise the taste.
Could I like try and figure out if it's at all familiar to the metal?
Roll, and you alone, roll, I guess just an Arcana check?
He's a
It's more because of the machinery he spent so long working on.
He's also a dwarf.
24. It's not scratched. It appears to be relatively lightweight, not crazy. You'd say mithril if it weren't for the colour. Adamantine, maybe?
Is it? What's the color currently?
Like near black, very dark grey.
I'll spit on it and like start rubbing to see if it's not like scorch marks.
It appears to be a very dark grey metal, not scorch marks. Best guess, you'd say maybe adamantine.
Maybe this is like the lady was talking about. Maybe we should just like have a bunch of confidence and recklessly open this chest just to see if it works. I'd also really like to check if the other boxes have the metal, because if it's just the one we can't see the glyph in, and it's just this one with the metal, maybe it's blocking it.
Well, it casts a spell when it's triggered, right?
I believe
Possibly.
it is. I believe the spell casting is technically, it doesn't cast as counting a separate spell. I will check.
Pretty certain it's technically already cast.
Yeah, technically it's already cast.
It stores the effect and triggers the effect. It's kind of how that works.
You decide what triggers the glyph when you cast the spell. Glyphs and scribbles are the most typical triggers include touching, standing on, removing another object, covering. Yeah, you can basically trigger it, so it's I think I'm just gonna make the assumption, Yargon, that you can counterspell it, because I assume that's what he's thinking about.
So he's thinking,
Counterspell does mention creatures casting spells.
yeah, I don't
Does it?
think you
Okay,
can,
well.
technically.
Okay, yeah, because I would assume it's you cast the spell into it, and then the spell just happens when it's
Yeah,
triggered.
like there's no casting involved. It just
effectively a
Does spell
time.
magic work?
that would,
yes, it
yes.
I would assume it would.
Yeah, but we don't want to dispel the one that has like the magic glyph that opens the door. Is the issue.
Which, if you're
just cast-
counterspelling, you wouldn't know which one is which.
Yes, also true. If you spell magic, we have no way of knowing.
Well, I don't really know if they would like try and disguise it.
Yeah, but we can't. I don't know how these people like work. I don't know what this is. Oh, listen. Should we just try and open this one after we've checked the bottom of another one to see if it's also got metal? If it's also got metal, I will have no qualms about opening this one and just seeing what the fuck happens.
I guess.
I'm gonna slide over to this one.
Remembering what I did in last round, I'm just gonna blow in the lock of every single chest.
Nothing seems to happen.
Okay.
You sidle over to that one, Pandal.
I'm just gonna like making sure it doesn't open accidentally as I
Okay.
flip it over.
It does seem to move. Relative to the table, it's not attached to the table.
Oh, this one's not attached to the table.
It's not, no.
Oh,
Wait, so this
I'm gonna-
one's not attached to the
I'm gonna nudge the one with lights coming from.
Not attached to the
cool.
table.
What about that one?
Give it a nudge.
Also not attached to the table.
Huh.
Akane, can you like do a little fire magic on the bottom of this one just to see if it
Yeah, sure.
uses metal? I'm gonna hold it.
I'll.
when I'm hitting it.
Okay.
Why do I keep putting away my character sheets?
Yeah. Okay, so again, the same thing happens. It sort of scorches and burns away a bit of it, and there's this dark metal underneath.
Okay, well, at least this one's got metal as well, so it's not blocking any magic like signatures, which is what I was worried about. So should we just open that fucking chest and die and be done with it? Honestly, the stress. This is like.
This is getting really. This is getting annoying.
Well, it is
Just
the only
like
one
right
that's
on.
like stuck.
Yeah, it's also not got magic like inside it, so maybe we'll be okay if it's just like maybe it's just like a key. I don't know if there's a keyhole on the other door, but we've already inspected it.
There's no keyhole.
Fuck it, let's just open it and see. What's the worst that could happen?
Haha.
You
We all
had to
died
ask
a
that.
horrible way, but fuck it, let's try.
Well, I can get you guys out of. Well, move you guys if we need to go.
We should just all be ready to like skedaddle the fuck out of here really fast.
Yeah, we should. That'll be fine. Want me to open it?
Open it. Do it.
Okay, I'm gonna try and open the box.
Okay. As you try and open the box, the whole table tips back. Doesn't
But
fit.
no.
It doesn't open.
I'm going to put my foot on the table
Uh-huh.
and try and tear it open.
Go ahead and just roll a strength check.
Oh no.
Oh god, that's impossible to click.
Yeah, they're super small, man.
There's like 5 pixels, Jesus.
Lovely.
1.
So, you put your foot on the table and your fingers sort of like slip off it, and you more or less just kick the table back, and it kind of like slides across the floor, and as you kind of lose balance, like crashing onto one of the chairs, which immediately just breaks under your weight, and you just kind of onto your back in a pile of like splinters and wood.
I'm gonna stand up and I'm gonna kick the chest.
Kind of hurts. It really hurts.
I'm gonna hop away. Fuck.
I'm gonna look for a lock.
They don't appear to have locks in the chest.
Mr. Robot, you said that you can't help us with the test, yes?
Indeed.
And the test is to choose the correct chest, yes?
Indeed.
If you just open this one for us as we've already chosen, we would have already passed and failed the test. We just want to see what happens.
Your logic is sound. This chest
you help
cannot
us
be opened.
Well, what's the fucking point of it?
Yeah,
Fucking
it's
stupid.
rude chest.
Man.
It looks at you, Sauriv, and that is precisely the point.
I hate you people, you're dicks.
The feeling
if
is
one of-
mutual.
So when you open it, fills the room with sand. One of them opens the door, and the other 3 fill the room with sand.
Indeed.
How many of these are openable?
This
They
one is
might
not.
have made it so that way the one that would fill the room with sand doesn't open to begin with.
What about the other 2 that fill the room with sand?
I mean, they made it all of them like that. Because then that would just be a waste.
When I moved this one with the ribbon, it felt like it was gonna like open if I wasn't careful.
All in open it.
I feel like this is a really bad idea, and I just want
Well,
the one that we
at
At
thought
this
was-
point,
Fast.
Let's. I'm just gonna grab a chest and like see if I can Like by nudging the lid like left or right or whatever, see if there's like movement on the hinges or something.
Yes. The other 3, the lids do appear to be openable. Just by a little wiggle.
They all seem to be openable now. Well, these 3.
Indeed.
Yes, and if we take the sample size of 4 and we go 3 of them are similar, 1 of them is different. The 1 of them is different is the goal. The 3 that are similar kill us. And notably, not robots, because they don't have to breathe. Nor have mouths, no offense.
Wait a minute. If 3 of them are similar, and the other one is the good one, surely the one that doesn't have anything weird about it is the good one.
You'd think that, but the fact that it doesn't have anything weird about it means there is something weird about it by the fact that it has nothing weird about it.
I'm
I
gonna stop
hate
talking
puzzles.
I mean,
now.
same.
So do I, Felix. So do
The
I.
question is they've got like dagger-proof bombs, which is just rude, if anything. Okay, I have an idea.
What?
Why don't we just open the 3 remaining chests at once, just to see what happens?
I don't know if that's a good idea.
Yes, but at least we're guaranteed the same result if one of them opens. Because we know that then we can pretty safely assume it's going to fill the room with sand. So why not fill the room with sand 3 separate times and see what happens? Because I think that'll at least be fun as we die.
Do we have to choose one or?
Or if we just go back if we're pretty sure that these are gonna kill us.
It is not advisable to choose all.
So we haven't passed. We chose that one,
Yeah,
and we didn't pass. So, like, what the?
Again,
Correct.
do we like get kicked out now, or do we still get to like keep going for consolation prizes, or are we condemned to sand ourselves forever?
You have not failed. Without the key, and some trickery involved, I would be opening the door. It is not. There is no trickery involved.
I'm just gonna shake the other 3 boxes to see if there's anything jiggling around inside.
Like a kid on Christmas.
None of them seem to have anything wriggling in them.
Do they all weigh the same?
Yeah, as far as you can tell. There'll be slight differences because wood, but essentially yes.
I'm just gonna stab the other sides of the non-magical box. See if it's like entirely lined in adamantine.
It appears to be, yeah.
I'm gonna try and cast a spell magic at the closest box.
Which one? The one with the red...
Literally
red...
the closest.
Okay. You cast a spell magic on it. The sigil disappears from Coghammer's vision.
Huh?
Well, I just tried to dispel it. Should we just try and open it just to see what happens? Because, like...
I guess.
No, if there's no trickery, then if the sigil's gone, then it's not gonna murder us. I'm just gonna fucking flip open the lid.
Okay.
Or try to, at least.
You open the lid. There's a very faint, like a very small resistance as the thread like goes taut and then pulls something. And as you see inside, it appears to have pulled like a piece of the sigil away, but there is no sigil anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So there's just a tiny little like blob of chalk that like on the end of this thread kind of dangles there.
Okay.
No, actually, yeah, because you would see the sigil. It's just no longer magical.
It's just not magic, yeah.
The sigil. And so yeah,
Thank you, Matt.
like it's in the shape of like a triangle with a line through the middle, and it appears that line was made of the kind of the red thread covered in chalk, and as you pulled it away, kind of like peeled up as though it was glued down. And as it peels up, you see that there's like a line underneath it, like from bisecting the triangle in half, essentially, that it was,
Right.
would have been crossing, which it no longer is.
Huh.
Is there any reaction from the big man?
Or the door.
There is not. From either.
Should we just do the next one? Because if the sigil isn't magical, then we should probably be okay. And also, that was really anticlimactic.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Ping. Next one. Dispel
I
magic.
really don't think these people actually care for us, and they're just doing this to fuck with us at this point.
Honestly, I'm super on your side, but admitting defeat means admitting defeat to that bitch, and I'm not going to do that. No, I'll try and open the next one.
Fuck her.
You try and you dispel magic the one next to Felix.
Yes, and then just try and then if as long as I feel the dispel magic go through, I will
Yeah.
try and open.
Yeah, I'm gonna spell magic the glowy one.
Okay. The moment you dispel magic the glowy one, it stops glowing. Pandal, you dispel magic it, you yank it open, you see another sigil. It's this time a cube with a key drawn on the inside. Not a cube, a square with a key, like drawn in chalk on the inside. And Coghammer, as you open it, it's the exact same triangle with the line bisecting it that was in the other chest.
Whoops. So we've opened the chest we can, Robo Man, and that's the key. Does that not count? Open the door. I'm gonna point at like the key sigil. Relax.
A unique solution. You have destroyed the lock, and he pushes the door open.
No trickery involved, right? We said we'd open it, we opened it, so you're welcome.
Oh, fuck this place.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Well,
Did you just
there's
put
only one way
something
to get smart.
over?
Challenge yourself.
Yargon, did you just put something over that room?
Yes, basically, because I don't know why that was having issues, but it was.
He was so just to deal with.
Try putting one of the torches on the GM layer.
Yeah, see if that does anything.
Well, they're on the map layer at the moment.
We'll move them. See,
Okay,
'cause that
there
top
we go.
That works.
There's one way to do it at least.
key.
But I didn't think of that, because I'm thick.
Gah.
Well, you know about it now, and so do we.
Damn.
So
Really doesn't matter. I'm spoiled because I didn't realise it was broken and whatever. Ha! You see a
It's
room?
fine. It's fine. Can we, is the door
can't
open?
see-
Yeah,
can't see through the door.
he just put his hand on it and pushed it open.
Yeah, I guess
Well-
we're gonna go.
Well, we can't see through it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Let's go trust
Oh,
your-
guess.
sorry, I'm
Yes.
retarded. I forgot to.
Yeah, I'll be right behind Sauriv.
Okay,
I will
I shall be out in front.
you
on
guys.
Sauriv. Let's
Okay,
go.
so
You're on top of Sauriv?
Yes, I'm gonna get on
Oh,
Sariv's
okay.
back. Because I'm living my life. I'm high on our victory, dude. It was really that easy. It's just he just opens the door for us if we break it, which is perfectly acceptable.
he sort of tries to follow you in. Sauriv, as you enter into this room, you see a near identical copy of the large metal frame that's been following you this whole time, stood above a trapdoor. And as you,
Open a trapdoor.
as you enter, it sort of looks at you and raises its weapon. And I think right there is where we're going to go to a
His
break.
initiative. Oh.
No.
So we'll be back in just a moment.
Kill something.
Oh, poor Sariv had to deal with us flailing near a puzzle when the solution was just cast spell magic through.
Yeah, catch you in the next part.